Hi guys, welcome back to Paracord Planet. Today we've got a little bit different kind of tutorial for you. We're going to be making a macrame plant hanger. So I've got some 3mm cotton rope here. It's a 3-ply twisted. I'm using the undyed variety, but we have some other colors and other sizes as well, if you're doing something a little bit different. I also have this 1-inch metal ring, and then you'll need also whatever pot you're going to be hanging. I've got a 4.5-inch clay pot that I'll be using. Let's dive in. So this project uses just over 100 feet of rope. I've gone ahead and cut mine into 4-yard sections, and I've got 8 of those. We're going to start by just lining up your ends. I've gone ahead and put tape on my ends because I don't want them to fray while I'm working, but it doesn't matter a whole lot because we will be intentionally fraying them in the end. And then thread your 1-inch ring on, and then match up both of your ends. It's okay if they're not exactly the same because we'll be trimming all the ends when we're done, but that's going to help us find our middle of our rope. Once we do that, you can go ahead and hang it up. It's the easiest way to do this, but you can do it on a tabletop as well. Just kind of flatten those all out nicely. Then take another small section of rope. This one can be under a yard long. And we're going to bind these cords together. So we're going to do that by making a U. And then we're just going to wrap all of that together. Make sure it's good and tight. Keep going until you've wrapped about 1 inch or 2 of your collected rope. So that's good enough. And then we're just going to stick the tail end of it through that U that we made. Pull that all the way through. And then this tail up here, we're just going to pull that tight. That's going to cinch that U together, so that both of our ends are tucked underneath. Once that's done, you can go ahead and cut those short ends. Alright, now that we've got that hung in place, we're going to be making 4 different arms of this to hold the pot, and each one's going to consist of 4 ropes. So just take 4 adjoining ones. We've got 5 here. There we go. And then we're going to be doing a variation of the cobra weave, if you're familiar with that, with our paracord stuff, but it's really just a square knot. What we're going to be doing is, instead of alternating each time, it's going to be the same knot over and over again, and it's going to turn into a spiral pattern. So to start, we cross 1 cord over the top. I'm going to go with the right side. And then this cord is going to go over that, but then behind the back and up through this loop. You want to pull all of your excess cord through that. And then you pull tight. So then, like I said, for the square knot, you'd alternate and do this side. But to get that spiral effect, we're going to keep going with this side. So keep the same 2 middle strands, right side over the top, left side over that one, but around the back of the core strands, and up through the middle. So now I've done about 6 knots. You can see how it's starting to twist. I'm going to set these 4 to the side and go with 4 more. So moving on to the next 4, I'm going to do the same thing. Right over the top, left around back, and pull that through. So here's our 4 strands all started. I'm going to keep on going on each of these until they're about 10 inches long, and then we'll catch you at the next step. Alright, so now we've got about a 10-inch length on each of these. You just want to hold them together, look at them from the side to make sure that they're all level, and then we're going to go ahead and start making the net portion. So to get the distances right, I'm going to hold up the pot and space these out how they're going to be at right angles here, and then just gather these outer 2 strands of 2 cords next to each other. These were the cords that you're doing the weave with earlier. They're going to become the core strands of a couple of square knots down here. So maybe about 2 inches apart. You'll just want to keep it consistent all the way around. So grab those 2 cords and hold that spot. And then you're going to make a square knot around them. So cross your right side over. This one around the back like before. I need to grab a little bit extra slack there so these 2 cords are the same length. So nothing is held in place right now. We've got to do the other half of the square knot. So now this time, instead of doing our spiral knot from earlier, we want to take the left side over the top and do a mirror image of the knot that we did before. So that there is a square knot, also known as the cobra knot if you're using paracord for making paracord bracelets or things. So now we're going to do that all the way around. We've used these 4 cords. We can use these 2 side cords and these 2 side cords for our next one. Alright, so now I've gone all the way around. And again, making sure that each of those knots is level, or approximately. It's not exact. But then you can go ahead and take your pot and fit it in and make sure that fits. And that all your cords end up about equal distance from each other. Then we're basically going to do the same step again. Take 2 cords from here, 2 cords from here, and meet them back up again so that we get that crisscross pattern. And we'll do about the same distance, the 2 inches or so. So to do that, grab one of your square knots, take the 2 right side cords, then go to your left one and take the 2 right side cords. Those middle 2 become the core strands, and those outer ones become your weave strands. So now that row is also done. I've got my 4 knots down there, and they're nice and level. So time to test out if our pot fits. And it does. So the bottom of your spiral braid should rest right at the top of the pot, and you just want that to be nice and level. Make sure everything works out. Now we're just going to basically do the same thing at the bottom that we did at the top with the wrapping a cord around to keep everything secure. And then after that we'll be cutting off the ends and fraying those a little bit. Then just put the end of that cord through the U and pull the other cord tight. Then you can clip the ends just like before. Some like to make all their tassels even, some like to do a little bit more staggered. Mine are already kind of staggered, so I'm going to leave it that way. Then there's these longer cords that we didn't weave. You can go ahead and just cut those random too. So after those are all cut, you can go ahead and just kind of fray the ends. So there's our ends all frayed. Now we can put the pot in through the top this time because the bottom is tied. And then it should nestle down in there just like we had it before. And there is our macrame plant hanger complete. So this is a good starter project if you're looking to get into macrame. This is actually one of my first projects. I haven't done much in the area of macrame and cotton rope. But a lot of the same principles and knots can be used in macrame as you would use in paracord crafting. We'll put links to the cotton cord and the metal rings used in this video down in the description. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more macrame tutorials or paracord tutorials. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.